There are several barriers that prevent e-commerce to grow to its full potential in the region. The first barrier is around online connectivity, which is relatively low compared to other more mature economies. In most ASEAN countries, less than half of consumers are online. The second barrier is around for those people that are online, then there is some online security concerns.
So what are the prospects for e-commerce in the region? Is it looking positive?
The prospect for growth is quite there. The potential is absolutely huge. If the barriers that we just talked about could be overcome, then we could expect the e-commerce in the region to grow up to 25% in the next 5 years.
At the moment, e-commerce seems to be dominated by very large American and Chinese players like Alibaba and Amazon, for example. Are we likely to see any big local competitors?
When it comes to become a regional player or a global player, then what we probably are going to see is some kind of consolidation or joint venture. Such alliances would enable basically global or regional companies to tap into the local knowledge, understanding better local needs and the local offering. And at the same time, it would enable local companies to really get access to finance or the technical know-how.
You say there's great potential for e-commerce in Southeast Asia, but you've also identified some fairly significant barriers. Are you effectively damning it with faint praise, suggesting that perhaps it doesn't really have a competitive advantage in this area?
No, I'm very confident that e-commerce is going to keep growing and growing even more and more in the next few years. I mean, there is lots of actions that are being undertaken within the ASEAN countries that are going to clearly give e-commerce, and enable e-commerce to reach its full potential. So I'm confident, e-commerce has been growing, I think around 10–15% for the past year. It's small, but then, once, some of the barriers are going to be one by one overcome, it could grow up to 25%.
Yes, but those blocks that you just identified are really quite significant, aren't they?
Between the barriers that, there are some significant barriers, but at the same time, there's lots of effort going on, and we see some progress, across various countries. And I guess, the fact that the ASEAN now community is coming together, we could expect this to be a big enabler for e-commerce.